Welcome to another episode of this musical playthrough of Destiny 2: The Witch Queen. This is a playthrough where I talk about the music as I hear it in context. I'm a pro opera singer turned voice actor. I spent a decade on the stage, and I love talking about, analyzing, and discussing video game music, both in context and out of context, from an emotional perspective. Let's see what the Witch Queen has in store for us today, shall we? I love the terror at Savathun's homeworld. Oh, da, da, da. Right away with the heroics here. And then the dissonance there. Da, da, da. I haven't spent very much time exploring Savathun's homeworld. Oh, that's fantastic. Alrighty. Oh, wow. So listen to the dire straits in the strings right away.
The psychic energy my hidden detector is concentrated
right here.
in this area. Find the source, and you might be able to learn more from Zagira's shell. It's possible she learned how Savathun stole
so much fear, discomfort, giving us a sense of really treading
I've delivered the general location
in a general location of danger, highly problematic, highly scary. And here, it's interesting because as we see on the screen with the fog, it's almost like this pulsation here, this doom doom, that's causing, discomfort. Plus we have that creepy, crawly, scratchy feeling to it too. And it really fits with the setting. If you look, it really feels like a bit of like horror-esque. And of course, we're about to launch into a battle here, and they see me, and off we go. And instantly, as we launch into battle, immediately we have that pulsation and this adaptive music, which is, I've come to understand, a trademark and a hallmark for Destiny. Ooh. Playing really breakneck here.
That, right there. That's contributing to the interference. Maybe we can destroy it. That helped, but I'm picking up another source of interference. Let's track it down.
Again, fades off into the distance. Again, this is all to build tension and to build fear, and to give us a sensation that we are isolated, alone, and in very much in the pit of darkness, and in the pit, well, in this case, literally, and in the pit of terror and fear and worry. And I think that really comes across extremely plainly. Was that the spike? And now there's no music. But as we dive into this cave, I'm fully expecting, you hear a little bit of ominous quality here and the ambient sound. And I think it really has to do with the fact, that we're in Savathun's throne world, and probably the biggest threat that we will are going to be facing, probably one of the biggest threats that we as Guardians have faced. A lot of that ambient crunching with the real feeling of disquiet. As we launch in. But we still haven't built up to the climax, not even close. In fact, this is all preamble or setting up music. And it's interesting how the context changes, like that loud brass when this Savathun throne image looked at me or pointed me in the right direction. The music shifted and it actually added that bass added a real sense of again, more ominous quality to it. And I'm surprised that there's no music, honestly. Hello. And maybe because these are lesser enemies, these are, you know, the Scorn, it's not like a priority, it's not like a major threat, we've dealt with them before. So, shockingly, there's no music at all. Alright, but I wonder what will happen when I trigger this. Nothing. Hello? Hello? Oh, right here.
These old, half-forgotten pathways. That power you're using is making them real again. Rebuilding them through memory.
Hopefully, Sagira's shell holds that same potential. With the right concentration of psychic
Oh
energy,
boy.
a resident memory connected to her shell will manifest.
Agora, we still haven't found anything. But I have an odd feeling. Sort of like deja vu.
That's consistent with what my hidden described. Follow that feeling. Take your time. Pick your path.
That
carefully.
buildup of tension is
This is our
fantastic.
only lead.
Shoot! And part of me, contextually, isn't wondering if the reason... Oh, that's so creepy and good. But I wonder if this music isn't there because we're, like, treading... You know, these corners, and we don't know which way we're turning. Everything is a maze. But you hear it start to propel itself faster and faster. And that pulsation is really fantastic. Rapapapam, rapapapam, rapapapam. And there's a bit of this electronic quality to it. That constant pulsation of the drum really gives a feeling of dis-ease. And I think that's the through line, I think, for me throughout all of this. Is just this feeling of constant discomfort that I feel, which is done masterfully. Especially when you look at the setting. Dark caves and, you know, you never know what corner you'll turn and what will appear. And
Once we learned Savathun was impersonating Osiris, I wanted to believe Sagira was still alive, trapped somewhere, like him. And that if we played our cards right, we'd free her too. But at least we found her. She can help us one last time. And then we can bring her home.
wow. Okay, so listen to that. My God, it's actually the closest thing to horror. It's very scary, actually. It's a super interesting soundscape. Okay, here we go. Instantly thrust into the battle. I'm not sure why this is... That percussiveness is... I've noticed that a lot in this season. There's a real percussive quality in pretty much every battle track. Less about melody and more about percussiveness. And I think maybe that's to do with the inherent quality of this particular mission. and I think the Hive. Especially this, but that creepy crawly stuff is so effective. So now we're shifting into a different musical state due to having accomplished that. Okay, this is going to be a big battle here. Curious to hear what this will be.
Ikora, I think we found it. There's something here.
Find a connection point. We need answers now.
We've heard this before. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And there it is. Sha! This is like a gladiator theme. You hear that? Incredibly percussive. Ferocious rhythm. Really a quality here of a gladiatorial battle. Like you're being tested. It's fantastically percussive. Right in the face. Wow, that double bass pattern there is so good. And it feels like Jaws almost. Listen to that as the horns rise. And then you have these crunchy dissonances in the strings. And then that theme. Oh god, am I stuck? No. Is that the Scorn theme? I imagine it is. Oh, focus up. Yeah, ruthless. That's fantastic. That was a very short quest, actually.
Those distorted symbols. I can't quite make them out.
It's Savathun's. We need to go up there. Boom.
What is this place? Ikora, we've been transported somewhere.
Listen to this
Doesn't
piano.
look like the rest of Savathun's throne world. Ikora?
This looks like the Dreaming City.
Lost her guardian. I guess we're going in alone.
The Altar of Reflection. Wow. Oh my god. That's...
I stand before a being with 1,000 names. It whispers one. The witness. Remember it. Remember that name. It is not darkness, but something that wears it like a cloak. It gives darkness a wicked shape. I refuse to be its servant. I spent centuries crafting schemes, playing tricks, finding loopholes.
The strings are letting us in on
Then I select my new name.
Savathun's internal mentality here.
A man with many enemies and few friends. But those friends know secrets about the light, about new beginnings. My plan takes shape.
That came from Sagira's shell. Like a psychic imprint. A memory. Savathun's memory. And if that's what it was, it means she used Ikora's relationship with Osiris to learn something about the light. Something dangerous.
Savathun is scared, which is what we heard in the strings there. When she discovered the witness, she inherently becomes fearful and concerned about what this means for her plans, and it almost haunts her in a way. I'm curious to hear what Finch will have to say about that.
Hey, are you there?
Oh, hello.
We're here, Finch.
Oh, good. I've been trying to reach you. I couldn't get through. Look, I got another tip for you. Big lead on your next clue. So, come meet me. No time to lose. Hey, come here. Let's put her... We're on the same side here. Whoa. You saw a what? A memory? See? I knew Sagira's shell would start us in the right direction. I knew it! Okay, here's the tip. Ever heard of Oryx? The Taken King?
Yeah.
Savathun's brother? Yeah. Okay, I thought so. Savathun's got a temple dedicated to him. Look, I know what you're thinking. Who cares, right? But we found Sagira's shell in a temple dedicated to the sister Xivu. Imagine what we could find in Oryx's temple. Okay, as far as how we get in, well, you just leave that to me.
Wow. This music is so fantastic. There's a real feeling of, all right, let's get it done. We have to go and take care of this. Well, I think that's as good a place as any to stop this episode of this playthrough of The Witch Queen, focusing on the music. Tune in for the next episode where we'll finally do the strike, and I'm really excited to check out the music in that. So stay tuned and I'll talk to you later. See ya!